WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. Jeff Wacker is with us this morning. If Jeff's here, we're usually talking about the IUP Community Music School and its various offshoots and organizations and classes and concerts and all kinds of things. And that's what we're going to do today. Our conversation brought to you by Marcus & Mack, voted Best Personal Injury Law Firm in the Best of Indiana County contest. Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Jeff, good morning.
Good morning.
Haven't had you here since you started the season back in January, I believe it was.
It was either December or January was the last time we were here, and it's been a busy semester, as it always is every spring.
Yeah, it goes so by quickly, doesn't it?
It's mid-April. I can't believe it.
Yeah, it is hard to believe because we suffer through the winter and we say, when is it ever going to end? And then it's like a snap of the fingers and it was over.
But in between, it rained and rained and rained.
Yeah, it did a lot of that, and it's still going to do a lot more of that. But meanwhile, you are preparing, you and all of your mates and colleagues and students in the Community Music School to put on some wonderful performances.
Absolutely. Busy semester, and we've got 3 concerts, 2 recitals, all coming up within the next month. And I'll just zip through them in chronological order.
Okay.
The first one is coming up this Sunday at 3 o'clock in Fisher Auditorium. That is our university band, and that's that hybrid ensemble that we put together. It's a class, but it has community members through the Community Music School who play in the band. It has IUP students of any major on their whatever instrument they play, and then it has IUP music majors playing on a secondary instrument. They're not allowed to play their main instrument. They have to work on a secondary instrument, which it makes for a great ensemble, a great experience for everybody to work together. And the students get the opportunity to feel what it's like to be in a community band. So it's really good. They're doing a terrific program. Dr. Warsbett, I think everybody knows, is the conductor of that group. I call him my coffee-fueled dynamo.
That fits, by the way.
He's got a terrific program. He's got some stuff that I think people are familiar with, like the Gustav Holst Second Suite. That's just a standard great piece for band. Been around for many years. Some others that I don't know, the Doom Sparrow. I've never heard of it before. Never heard of the composer either, but he's doing it in memory of his father. He lost his father over Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
And a little unexpected, and he's doing that piece in memory of his father, who is a longtime IUP professor, John Warsbett. And then he's doing something I think everybody's familiar with, and that's The Sound of Music.
Oh.
The Rodgers and Hammerstein. And it was arranged by Robert Russell Bennett many years ago, and it's just become a favorite standard. And the guest artist is a group called Eastern Standard. And it's made up of 3 people, 2 of which used to be on the IUP Music Department faculty. One, Jacob Bertel on piano, is now at Nazareth College in New York. The horn player, Heidi Lucas, is now at University of Delaware. And the tuba player is still Zach Collins in the IUP Music Department. Right. And they put together this combination of tuba, horn, and piano. And they just play beautifully together. And for, something like 12, 15 years, they have been commissioning works for this. They've had composition contests. They've done all sorts of things. They've recorded 2 CDs, and one of the pieces that they commissioned, they are going to be performing with the band. So it's going to be a great concert, 3 o'clock, Fisher Auditorium.
On which day?
Sunday.
This coming
Sunday, 21st.
I really like the dynamic of students at IUP who maybe haven't played their instrument since high school,
right?
And students at IUP who are music majors who are playing their second instrument,
absolutely,
or third, and then community members that just want to come out and have fun playing.
And they get to sit next to these community members and go, oh, look, you can still play music when you're an adult. Go figure that. And the neat thing about it is we don't audition for the group. And that used to back off a lot of the students who were non-music majors. They're like, I'm not coming in front of a music department faculty and auditioning. Scared to death.
Sure.
Don't necessarily blame them, but they wanted to play in college.
Yeah.
So we just said, well, let's forget the audition. And they get to play.
Moving right along.
Yes.
Speaking
absolutely.
of which, we'd better.
Then we're going to jump into 2 quick recitals. That's May 4th and May 5th. That weekend, they're at 3 o'clock. They're both in Gorell Recital Hall. And this is private lesson students. And it's just the opportunity we give them to participate in a recital. Mm-hmm. And they're usually about an hour, usually have about 20 kids in each, mostly pianists and vocalists. But we're going to actually have one young lady who's going to solo on ukulele this year.
Ah, yeah.
And a couple instrumentalists. So it's always a fun time for them to just have that opportunity to play. And then if we're going to jump forward then into May, then we've got our two choirs that are going to perform. First one is on Sunday, May 19th. That is also in Gorel, and that's at 4 o'clock. The band this Sunday is 3 o'clock. May 19th is 4 o'clock in Gorel. That is the Indiana Community Choir conducted by Craig Dennison. That's the adult choir. Mm-hmm. And they're doing a variety of pieces. The coolest one, I think, is something called Dear Appalachia. And they're doing it with instrumental accompaniment instead of piano, which includes guitar, banjo, mandolin, bass. It's just very Appalachian sounding. One of the movements, I think, is called the Ballad of the One-Armed Man. So it's just really a neat sounding piece. So, that's only a $5 ticket regular and $3 for seniors. So just like the band is, that's the only thing we charge for, and it just helps a little bit of the bottom line. Mm-hmm. And then we have one more concert after that. Mm-hmm. That is May 20th, the next day, Monday evening, 6:30, also Gorel Recital Hall. That is the Crimson Youth Choir under, you've met her before, Kwan Doyle.
Yeah.
And they're doing a whole variety of works, some favorites that I think people will recognize, others that they won't necessarily, but are really neat pieces. And Kwan does a wonderful job with that choir. They're from about 6 years old through high school. And so she divides them up. She does small groups. She does it's usually a song with all guys. Mm-hmm. And a couple all girls, everybody together for a couple songs, a more advanced group for some 8-part harmony, which is pretty amazing. Some for the younger kids that are maybe a couple 2 or 3-part harmony. So that's going to be a really fun concert too. Sure. So that's all the performances that are coming up. And I should also mention, believe it or not, in less than 2 weeks, we open registration for our summer semester.
Wow.
On May 1st.
Wow.
So I'm starting to spin my head a little bit.
Yeah. So summer semester will begin when?
June 3rd. Mm-hmm. It's 10 weeks. It kind of mirrors right along with IUP's 10-week. I only require 5 lessons for a minimum because I know it's summer and people travel, people are busy. Sure. But I like to see them try to do something so that, little Johnny or little Susie doesn't forget how to finger B flat over the course of the summer. They're staying in touch with their instrument, doing a little bit. So when they come back in the fall, their music teacher is like, wow, what did you do this summer? You sound amazing.
Yeah.
Because they took lessons all summer. The last 2 summers, we've had over 100 kids take lessons.
Really?
Each summer.
Really?
So it's a great opportunity. It's a little more relaxed. It's not as busy as the rest of the year.
Sure.
So we really encourage people to try to get in a few lessons. Just got to get in 5 over the summer. Piece of cake. Most people actually take 8 or 10.
Yeah. And they get to impress their high school band director when they get back.
Exactly. And all of a sudden, they're the ones who are sitting first chair. Uh-huh. And if they're in high school, all of a sudden, they're the ones who are going on to district band, regional band, maybe all-state band. Private lessons make a huge difference.
Oh, I would guess.
Absolutely.
I would guess, yeah. So that registration for that opens on May the 3rd?
Open May 1st.
May 1st.
Usually I open it about a month ahead of time, give people time to look at their summer schedules, decide what they want to do, jump in there, register. If they're brand new to the community music school, there's an online registration form they access through our website. If they were already taking lessons in the community music school, they just email me and say, hey, we'd like to do 7 45-minute lessons with such and such.
Yeah.
And I say, sure.
Easy to do.
Easy to do.
Wow. Well, it's such a great program because it brings together people who have an interest in music from any number of different backgrounds.
Absolutely.
And a chance for folks to really sharpen up their skills or maybe even knock the rust off and get to play again.
Yeah.
Which they maybe haven't done for 10 or 15 or 20 years.
Yeah. A director of out at the emergency room at IRMC, I'll mention her name because I don't think she would mind, is Donna Balewick.
Sure, Donna.
And Donna went, I think I'd like to catch up on some piano. And she started taking piano lessons. Piano lessons. And she's
because she
wonderful.
Was a sax player, wasn't she?
I don't, if she was, I wasn't really sure about that, but I know that she wanted to learn piano, and she's been taking piano lessons all year. So at any age, any goal you have, and if it's music related, yeah, give it a try.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Nice. Well, that's terrific. And so, folks, there you go. A great chance to boost the community music school, but boost your own skills and have a lot of fun doing it.
Lifelong endeavor.
It's all about fun.
Yes, it is.
Very good. Jeff, thanks so much.
Thank you.
It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com. The concert this Sunday
Yes.
is at,
3 o'clock Fisher Auditorium.
there you go.
Yep, absolutely.
It's Indiana in the morning. It's WCCS. Hey, let's get the health cycle going here. This morning we've got Sarah Lee with the Health Beat, and Lisa's on the house call.
The executor of O.J. Simpson's estate says the late football star will be cremated and his brain will not be provided for a CTE study. Malcolm Laverne, who served as Simpson's lawyer, said he's received at least one request to study the effects of possible head injuries to his brain. Laverne says there are tentative plans for a private celebration of life gathering